Most people are living in a financial house with no foundation. They just keep stacking money on sound and wondering why nothing stands. Welcome to Minted Knowledge, your hub for financial knowledge. I'm your host, Tim Lane, and this is where the confused will become confident and where every episode will be another stone in your foundation. So get your writing material, pay rapt attention. The class is in session. Have you ever found yourself covering the screen of your phone with your palm when you're about to make a bank transfer? This happened to me a couple of years ago. I and my people went out. It was after a very long while of seeing each other. So a friend initiated that we meet up at a joint, and we got there, we gisted and everything. Got to the period to pay for what we bought, and we shared it amongst ourselves. I was about to make my own transfer, so I pull up my phone from my pocket, and I found myself doing something strange. I was covering the screen of my phone with my palm as I was about to make the transfer. I didn't even bother to check the balance. I just inputted the amount and clicked on send. And after that, I dropped the phone almost immediately. And it was after reflecting that it dawned on me that I was not covering my screen balance because of my friend, so they won't see my bank account. I was doing it because I myself did not want to see my account balance. Because if I'm to look at it at that point, it's going to ruin my mood and it would affect the whole gathering because they will obviously see my mood change. And I realized that at that moment, I choose to remain in the shadows instead of coming to clarity in respect to my bank account. And I get to know that this is one of the reasons why we have leaking buckets. We live in a society that's controlled by money. So we often see our bank balance like a grid on our personal life. So on days that it is low, we start feeling like a disappointment. Even some family members see individuals like that as a disgrace, a disappointment to the family. This is where the bank balance, the account balance is high. We start feeling like a king. But I'm here to tell you that notion from the society is a trap, because our bank statement is not a judge of us. It is basically a tool. Think of it like a blood test. When you go to the lab, the doctor doesn't look at your test results to judge your character or to tell you that you're a bad person. The doctor looks at it to see what is wrong with you and how they can fix it. Your bank statement is the blood test for your financial foundation. So if you are too afraid to look at it, you are essentially afraid of the ground you are supposed to step on or to work on. View it from the lens of a construction engineer that is too afraid to inspect a land he wants to work on. I'll tell you a story, another story. I love history. I love reading up on history, and it led me to this particular story, and it made me realize why looking is so vital. So let me tell you about the lighthouse. In ancient times, before the invention of aircraft or GPS, almost every major movement was done by sea. But back then, shipwrecks were just so common. They were expected. When sailors were constantly losing their goods, they were losing their investments. It was affecting their business, and in some cases, lives were even lost. Because the so-called things that are meant to guide them, like the stars and the coastline, are often hidden when there's a storm or when the fog thickens. So it was so serious to the point that some were afraid to go out on a voyage until an emperor decided to find a solution to it. Emperor's solution that led to what we now know as a lighthouse. And the main purpose of the lighthouse was simple and is simple. It showed the sailors the harbor entrance, the danger zones, the safe zones, and then the isolated island. Even in the midst of a brutal storm, once the sailors set the lights, they did not have to guess again. They know whether to move forward or to turn back. And this in effect reduced shipwrecks a whole lot. Back to our finance. Our bank statement is our lighthouse. Looking at it does not create a danger because the danger is already there. But looking at this statement simply indicates where the danger zones are in your spending and how to stay clear from them. So I don't want to give you just a motivation. So I'll give you a framework that you can work with. To make this simple, I want you to start tagging or adding description to every single naira that leaves your account and categorize them into three. The first one is the fixed expenses, that's the foundational expenses, and they contain all your must-haves. That is your transport, your feeding, your data subscription, and every expense that you know are essential in a month. The second one is the investments. This is the money that you keep, probably your savings, maybe your business capital, or even the money that you spend on a course to upgrade your skill. And it is perfectly okay if you do not have much here. If you don't even have, I'm not judging you, it's perfectly okay. The goal of this task is to identify it. And then the third one is the variable. This is the category of all your impulse buys, the urgent treats, the I deserve this moment, the I cannot come and kill myself, and the things that we buy to impress people who are not even paying attention to us. Those are what you will classify under this third category, the variables. But if I'm to tell you to do this every day, you will get tired of it. So instead, I want you to use this approach, the 5-minute Saturday approach. Every Saturday, pick a time of your choice that works for you and sit down. Open your banking app, take a deep breath, write out your total inflow and your total outflow for the week and classify them into these three categories. You don't need to judge yourself or call yourself names. Just record the number and classify them into these three categories. What you achieve by doing this is you are turning on your lighthouse, and now you are moving from emotional spending to intentional management. You are becoming more conscious of your spending. So before you make a spending, you would ask yourself if it is an essential one or not. Disclaimer before you go into this: facing your bank statement is the hardest part of building your financial house. I know this because I'm right there with you. I sit with my own bank statement every Saturday too. But it is also the only way to ensure that I have bricks to work with. And in our next episode, we are going to take this data that we've gathered and we are going to learn how to use it to manage our risk so you can protect your capital before you even start to grow it. Every great house starts with a decision to build something that lasts. And you just made that decision. This is Minted Knowledge. Keep building, and I'll see you in the next episode.